WiseTribe is a grassroots nonprofit that brings people together to discover solutions which strengthen the well-being of local communities. With one of WiseTribe's main goals being to create a healthy community, creating wise food solutions have come to play a big role in that. Our latest project is hoping to do just that, and we invite you to join us as we get dirty in Delray. Get Dirty in Delray is a container garden movement that intends to make us wiser about healthy eating through locally based, sustainable backyard farming practices and shared resources. The idea is to not only encourage our community to eliminate their food insecurity by growing their own vegetables and herbs, but to then spark youth entrepreneurship in our local economy by encouraging students to sell these containers to local vendors and restaurants. We want our community to think globally but act locally. This brilliant project was conceived by a small group of locals from all walks of life and generations, because if there's anything that we can all agree on, it's that there's great importance that lies within our food consumption.
So we know from United Way that container gardens are actually an excellent way for low-income families to find their way towards food insecurity or find a pathway towards food security. That's really what motivated the project. In addition to people really just wanting to sort of fight back against the industrial food sector, which is basically poisoning us. And so the conversation really went from how do we get back to victory gardens or the notion of using gardens to grow and sustain ourselves. A container garden is much easier to grow than to invest in starting a full-fledged garden in your backyard. It's something that you can move, it's something that you can easily manage and grow into a larger garden. There's approximately 4 different plants in each bag, so you take those home. We then provide you with some information and some coaching and some workshops on how to really grow out of that bag and into a larger container garden. The fun part is that really anything that can hold dirt could be a container garden. So let's just assume that you've got an old shoe. We've actually seen people use abandoned bathtubs. They've been pretty funky in their choices of really upcycling old materials. And I think that that's really cool. The dream for this project in terms of what we would walk away from as a community is just greater insight into nutrition, that we would be wiser as families in terms of how we approach nutrition, as well as what we can do to empower ourselves as families, as neighborhoods, as communities to become healthier, and that people really understand the connection between healthy food and healthy soil. The other aspect, and really this is sort of the higher purpose of the project, in addition to getting people to eating healthier food and empowering themselves, but how can we as a community start to come together to break bread? How could we actually share this food over conversation that is meaningful and really gets us to think about modern civics and what do we need to do in terms of breaking through this gridlock that we find ourselves in.
There's power in conversation and even more power in action, and we invite you to join us as a volunteer. Keep up with our updates as we carry out this project, and contact us if you'd like a Get Dirty in Delray pop-up in your neighborhood.